Hey guys, welcome to Empower's Yoga Flow program. I'm Sierra Madre and I'm here to take you through a really yummy lower body stretch. So for this, we're gonna be standing for half of it. I want you to take your legs nice and wide, taking your hands onto your hips, and we're just gonna start to tilt side to side. So if you notice on my feet, I'm not letting my arches sort of collapse like this, but you wanna push down through your baby toe, and then keeping your legs straight, just play around with feeling the different sensations. Maybe start to make some big circles. Keeping your back flat, keeping your legs straight. Let's go the other direction. Good. So we're going to turn our toes outward, bring your hands onto your thighs so that your thumbs are on the inside, and keep your arms fully locked out. We call this goddess pose, but it's a bit more supported here. So if you notice my arms are fully locked out, that allows me to use my arms as sort of a crutch. So if you see, if I turn to the side, I'm kind of leaning forward, and that allows me to use the weight of my torso and push that into my hands to help spread my legs wider. Coming back to center, we're just gonna alternate, dropping one shoulder in and looking back, and then the other. And switch, and switch, and switch. Last time. Good. Coming all the way up to stand. We're going to take our right toe, turn it out to the side, and bring your left toe slightly in so your feet are making a T. This is triangle pose, and it helps stretch the inside of our thigh. So with your arms straight out to the side, pull your hips back, reach your hand towards your right side, and then drop down, coming into triangle pose. And if your hand doesn't come all the way to the ground, it's okay. You can always use your leg as some support. We just don't want to be tilting our chest down to the ground. We want to keep it open. Let's take 3 more breaths together here. In and out. In and out. In and out. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. We're going to wrap that right toe in, left toe out, pull your hips back, reach towards your left side, and come into triangle, holding here. Now it's really important our legs are straight here, so if your knee is bent, just means you need to bring your hand up your leg a little bit more and allow your chest to lift. Let's hold for another 3 breaths. Breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. Inhaling all the way up to stand. We're going to bring both our toes so they're facing forward to the side of our mat. Hands on your hips, let's start to fold forward. Good. So the outer edge of your foot should be parallel with the outer edge of your mat, which means your toes are tucked in slightly. And we're just going to take turns bending one leg, sending your hips back. You should be feeling a nice stretch in the ankle and the outer side of your shin, maybe even your hamstrings. Good. So let's take our left hand a little closer to the right foot and twist up. Taking a nice big breath here. Exhale, release, and just sway to the other side. Big breath in, twisting up. Exhale, sway. Inhale, twist. Exhale and just follow your breath here. So you can close your eyes. Move at your own tempo. And when you're swaying to the other side, let your chest get as low as possible. Great. Taking your hands to the top of your mat, we're going to bring that left foot so it's facing forward. Keep your back heel lifted. Then inhale your arms all the way up into a sort of high lunge position. I want you to bend your back knee, tuck your tailbone in, and then start to push into your heels, straightening out your right leg fully. We're going to take 5 little pulses just to help get our hips lower and really stretch the front of your quad. Last 2 and 1. Take your hands all the way down to the ground and step your feet back into downward dog. Just sort of notice how your legs feel a little different here after the stretch. Deep breaths in and out through your nose. Good. Now we're going to take our right foot to the top of our mat. Keep your back heel lifted and come all the way up into your high lunge. Remember, take a little bend in your back knee, tuck your tailbone in, then start to ground into your heel. We're going to take 5 little pulses. Your back leg stays straight. Your front leg's doing all the work here. 3, 2, and 1. Taking your hands back down to the ground. Step into your downward dog. Good. So we're going to take our feet as wide as your mat. Bring your hips down to your heels, sitting back into what we call malasana at the back of your mat. So if your heels aren't coming onto the ground, just take your feet even wider. Press your elbows into your thighs. Good. We're going to interlace our hands and then reach your fist forward. Beautiful. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands onto the ground. We're going to lift our hips up so we're into more of a forward fold. Let your hands and your head hang actively towards the ground. Beautiful. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, reaching your hands up overhead. Whoop. And hands to heart center. So to get a little deeper into the back of our hamstrings, let's take your right foot and just step it forward, really casual step. You want your hips to be squared and you want your feet to be on railroad tracks. Taking your hands behind the back, interlace your fingers and start to fold forward. Folding just until you feel the sensation of a stretch in that right hamstring. Once you feel the pull, inhale, lengthen, reaching through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold, and try to pull that right hip back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good. One more breath in. And on your next exhale, take your hands, bring it down to the ground. Try to peel your toes off the mat. Now, if this is still a little far away from you and your knee is maybe bent, just focus on straightening the leg. Little pulses, moving into your maximum stretch possible. Last 2 and 1. We're going to take that left foot, step it forward, coming into a forward fold. Grab the back of your calves and pull your head down, keeping a little micro bend in your knees. Breathe with all the sensations, with all the comfort and discomfort, the feelings and emotions. Just be where you are. Don't run away from the pose until we are complete. Good. On your next breath, inhale, coming all the way up to stand. Hands reach overhead. Exhale, heart center. Let's take our left foot, step it forward, interlace your hands behind the back. Keep your hips squared. And now we're going to start to fold. Folding just until you feel the stretch in that left hamstring. Now remember, pause, let your breath take you there. Inhale, reach to the crown, lifting up a little. Exhale, pull that left hip back and fold. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And each exhale, we're trying to nudge a little deeper into the stretch. Bring your hands down to the ground. Remember, it's okay if your leg bends a little, but work on pulling it back. Work on straightening the leg fully and ultimately peeling your toes off the ground. Last 3, 2, and 1. Step your feet together at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees a little, grab behind the calves, and relax your head, pulling yourself towards the ground. Inhale, coming all the way up to stand. Reach your hands overhead. Exhale, heart center. So we're gonna come back to the pose just how we started, with our legs nice and wide. Take your hands onto your hips and just fold forward. And hopefully your forward fold feels a little different than the first time. I want you to cross your wrists or cross at the forearms, and then feel like you're trying to pull your hands towards one another. And this helps keep your chest broad, your shoulders back, while also pulling you down to the ground. And just pulse here with me. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take our left toe, turn it out a little bit, and drop down to your heel. Now I'm saying left because I'm trying to mirror you here. Might not be absolutely correct, but just drop down to one heel. Now if your heel comes up a little bit, it's probably because your feet are too close together. So just push with the other foot. Push, 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 until you feel your heel come to the ground. If you feel unbalanced, like you're gonna fall backwards, maybe you can grab under the bottom of a sofa, a chair, a table leg, even a wall, so that you can hang on and then sink into the hips, making sure you're on the inside of your thigh. And then ultimately, we're gonna sit up nice and tall. Good, let's sway over to the other side. Use your hands to support if you need. Now my left side is always a little tighter than my right, so you'll notice that my heel isn't going to the ground fully here. That's okay. I just like to rock in and out of it, see where I'm at. Some days it's great, some days it's quite shit. Good, and let's sway over one more time, because the rule of a solid practice is you kind of want to do each pose twice. The first pose is really just a test run, and the second time is to milk it. Amazing. So, bringing your feet back down to the ground, nice forward fold. I just want you to hang out here and make it as juicy as possible. So really let yourself see how deep you can go. Maybe grabbing the outsides of your feet, your ankles, or walking your hands back. Each day we're just trying to see our progress and then push a little further. 5, 4, 3, 2, you'll notice I'm pulsing my knees because it's a little intense to just hold there, but I don't want to lose my progress. And 1, walk your hands up to the top of your mat. Whew. And come lay down on your belly. So we've done a lot of great things for the back of our legs, but how about the front? So staying on your forearms, we're just going to reach back with our right hand, grab your foot, and start to push it towards your hip. Now we want to try and keep the palm of our hand on the very top of our foot so we can start to spiral our fingers forward. Now you'll get here eventually. Right now you probably just want to make sure you're holding onto your foot and trying to look forward. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, magnificent. Other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Taking your knees a little wider than the mat, toes together, sit all the way back into child's pose, and take 3 breaths. For your next inhale, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, sitting back on your heels. Just taking a moment to remember that our ankles and feet are part of our lower body. So I want you to take your toes and curl them under, and then just sit back on your heels. And just let the body weight be there. Just be there with all sensations for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release those toes so that they're pointing back, and just lift up one knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Coming onto our bums. We're going to do the pose of all poses, reverse tabletop, feet on the ground, fingers spread wide, shoulders back. Press your hands into the floor and lift up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Before we finish, drop your hips down, cross your left ankle over your thigh, and then just try and get your chest lifted up nice and big. So it helps if you turn your fingertips back and then just press into your hands. It's a little bit of an intense stretch, but if you breathe through it, it's going to feel so good. One more breath here with me. Good. Lean back, release your legs, switch to the other side. Press into your hands, lifting your chest as close as you can to your inner shin. Deep breath in and out. In, out. In and out. Good. So today we're going to finish with our little gratitude practice in half lotus. which means you want to take one foot and bring it up into the crease of your hip. Keep the other foot on the ground. Close your eyes, taking 5 deep breaths to sort of solidify our practice and our intention. Breathing love in and breathing love out. Breathing peace in and breathing peace out. Breathing in gratitude and breathing gratitude out. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Thank you for practicing. Have a beautiful day. You can open your eyes. I love you so much. Have a fantastic day, week, month, minute. You're amazing. I hope you stay empowered and empowers those around you.